Come to you from hallowed Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. A much-anticipated matchup of NFC North teams as Minnesota squares off against Green Bay.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mark Bozon again. I'm here to take you now through the Madden 2007 review for Wii. Madden 07 for Wii is developed by the same group, EA Tiburon, as the GameCube version was. So you've probably already played some of their games, whether it's 07 or one of the previous games, whether you know it or not. Obviously, being a Wii game, the general focus for Madden 07 is on the control. So you're going to see a lot of different Wii motions going on in the game. Basically, the controller's been used to flick it to pass. You can juke using the nunchuck controller. You can do a double juke using both the nunchuck and Wiimote together. You can stiff arm using the Wiimote. Basically, anything from kicking, passing, and hitting can be done with the Wii controller now rather than using simple button presses. If you're going to do something like passing, for instance, you basically take the controller, press the direction of the intended receiver, and you flick the controller forward. It can take care of standard passing, lobs, and bullet passes depending on how you throw it. For things like juking and stiff arms, you're going to use either the nunchuck controller or the Wiimote in your hand, and juke using the nunchuck, or stiff arm using the Wiimote. Going left or right, it'll juke or stiff arm left or right depending on which direction you go. It's really intuitive. To add a bit more power to the game, you can also take both controllers and shove them forward. When you're on defense, that delivers a big hit. When you're on offense, it kind of covers up the ball and makes you do like a counter big hit, so you can actually flatten defensive players with offense. Obviously, being a launch game, there's definitely some hit and miss opportunities here on Madden 07. On the positive side, there's a ton of different modes. Everything you've got in the other versions is all intact there. You've got the franchise mode. You can go in and create a legend. You can take them through the training. You can sign an agent, check local papers, do anything you want as far as a franchise mode, building your Hall of Fame candidate. On the franchise mode, you've got everything you'd expect. You can schedule practices, you can drill, you can go into your roster change. Basically do anything you could do in any other Madden game. It's just done with the interface using a Wii pointer control now. Specific to the Wii version are 3 different modes. First of all, there's Learn Madden, which lets you boot up, and at any time you can go in and try the different motions for yourself. It'll give you a pass or fail based on how you do it, and gives you some good feedback while you're playing the game, just to learn the different motions available in Madden Wii. Included along with that are also on-the-fly tutorials. Anytime before a snap, whether you're on offense or defense, you can actually hit the 1 button and go into a similar tutorial mode where you can try things out right during the game. It's really intuitive, it helps out a ton, and you never feel like you're playing and you're not expecting what's going to come at you. As the final big addition to the Wii version, you've got 3 different multiplayer minigames that are awesome. You've got a 2-on-2 mode where it lets you play 4 players. You can go 2-on-2 in a smaller field, and it's like a huge high-scoring razzle-dazzle game that's really fun. You got the kicking combine, which lets you go against the other 3 players and try to kick field goals while they're influencing the wind by shaking the controller. And you've got the yak attack, which is basically one person playing quarterback while the other 3 people are playing the defensive men attached to the receivers. Of course, at the same time, Madden 07 also has some downsides. Since it's a launch game, it's probably rushed a little bit, and the control isn't quite there yet. On the graphics side, you've got choppy animations. Every once in a while, things kind of jump around. You've got some low-res textures in places. The characters obviously don't look as good. And there's some horizontal tearing that actually happens as you're kind of working with the camera zoom. It's not really annoying, but it's definitely a game that looks on par with about GameCube or possibly moving into Xbox territory, although it is a little rougher. As far as motion control goes, every once in a while you're going to get a motion that just doesn't quite work and doesn't feel right. For instance, big hit sometimes doesn't work, so you'll throw both your hands forward, really get into the moment, and you won't get any feedback for it. On the other side, kicking is also really touchy. Sometimes you'll be able to add some slice, sometimes you'll even do the motion and nothing will happen. You'll get a 0 for power and a 0 for angle. This obviously could be a problem with you not inputting the kick correctly, or it could also be an issue with either the Wii or Madden not recognizing your motion. Basically, the control works well enough when you're playing in the main game. You can kick a point after touchdown if you need to. You can kick a field goal most of the time, but it is really annoying to kind of do a motion and you don't see exactly what you did reflected on the screen. All in all, the game's really solid, though. It's a little faster, it's a little more powerful version of Madden. It feels almost a little more arcadey, and the different motions you can do with the Wii controller is really cool. It's going to make the game a lot more available for different players. The game also supports 480p and supports widescreen. All around, it's a really solid effort. We just want to see a little more action and attention to detail put towards the Wii controller itself. To see the full review and final score, check out IGN.com.
There for the count. The 30, the 20, the 10, and he showboats his way toward the end zone. It was a great pass. It's going to give them the lead here in